Alamo Bowl preview TCU vs and nbsp Stanford. Sizing up the Valero Alamo Bowl between TCU, 10-3, and Stanford, 9-4. Time, TV, December 28, 9 p.m. ET, ESPN. Site, Alamodome, San Antonio. Both number 16 Stanford and number 13 TCU came up short of a conference championship. Now, the Pac-12 runner-up Cardinal and the Big 12 runner-up Horned Frogs will have a chance to hoist a trophy at the end of strong seasons. For Stanford, much of the season's story has revolved around Heisman Trophy candidate Bryce Love, who in some ways has one-upped former teammate Christian McCaffrey. While McCaffrey was a more dangerous all-around player, with influence in the return game and a greater presence as a receiver, Love has methodically steamrolled opponents from beginning to end this season. While the Cardinals stealthily climbed back into the Pac-12 title conversation before falling 31-28 to Southern California in the league championship game, TCU burst through in September with an impressive victory at Oklahoma State as it put a forgettable 6-7 season in the rearview mirror. Bowl schedule: the complete postseason lineup for 2017-18 staff picks. USA Today sports experts predict the winners for every bowl. The Horned Frogs got back to the stingy defense that has largely defined their rise into the upper echelon. TCU held 7 opponents to 14 or fewer points, losing only one of those games, and its offense feasted on poor opponents. Though they had problems with Oklahoma, the Horned Frogs re-established themselves as a potent force. There's still one chance to leave 2017 with a pleasant memory, and the same opportunity Stanford has as it seeks its 7th 10-win season in the last 8 years. QB Kenny Hill, TCU, he enters with 2,838 yards, 21 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Pounds Travin Howard, TCU, Howard led the team with 98 tackles, 7 for loss, and broke up 5 passes. RB Bryce Love, Stanford, an ankle sprain that cost the Heisman finalist a game is the only reason he didn't top 2,000 yards. He has 1,973 yards and 17 TDs while averaging 8.3 yards per carry. DT Harrison Phillips, Stanford, Phillips 66 led the Cardinal in tackles, 100, tackles for loss, 17, and sacks, 71 halves, and added a couple of forced fumbles. Stanford beat Washington and Notre Dame and fell to Southern California by a field goal. The Cardinal have played better lately than TCU, which lost twice in 4 weeks to Oklahoma. Pick, Stanford, 28-24.